Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Rounds. We are discussing The Flash Season 2 episode, I forgot.
216.
16. There we go. The episode's name is Trajectory. I'm your host, Matt Moore, and let's introduce the panel. First off, we have Chaz, the Charles, the Chuck. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and this is about how I felt of the episode. Yeah, I did not like this episode. I thought it was stupid. I hated this episode almost as much as the episode of Legends of Tomorrow that involved the fucking 50s. This episode was just stupid. I did not like it. I did not like Trajectory. I thought the stuff that was going on with Iris at the news place was cringeworthy. I just thought I didn't like it. Basically, like from a 1 out of 10, I'd give this a 3.2 out of 10.
So
right, that is a strangely low score for a Flash episode, but sure. How about you? Are you reasonable? Do you think that this was at least okay?
Yeah, after I chucked the weed in.
After you chucked the weed in?
Yeah, this episode was great.
Don't be chucking my weed, okay?
Yes, I myself also thought it was a pretty good episode. I mean, I didn't think it was great, but I sure in the heck didn't think it was bad like Charles does.
Dude, all the references were hilarious. I mean, you got Harrison Wells talking about Kanye West? Really?
Yes, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Then you had them going out to the club and
getting turned.
And getting turned, whatever the fuck that means, because I don't know.
Well, wait. One thing I gotta ask the panel. When he said that quote about Kanye West, which Kanye West was he talking about? Earth 1 or Earth 2?
I don't know. Apparently there is...
I'm pretty sure if there was...
Apparently there's most likely a difference, because that was probably my favorite line in the entire episode, was when Jessie was watching TV and she's all like, wait, Beyonce? You mean Senator Knowles? That was fucking...
I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, thinking Beyonce being a senator. Let's
be real. If Kanye's on two herbs, he's still the same lunatic on either one.
Yes. So yeah, in this particular episode, we end up getting a new speedster who somehow put together a version of Velocity 9. And she was taking it, and it was fucking with her, and somehow it gave her a split personality, possibly because she may not have done may not have done it correctly, but basically it was fucking with her, so she was fucking with the Flash, and basically making it to where people thought the Flash was stealing from people, and blah. And
my question.
It was stupid. Well, her character was stupid. Overall, the episode was pretty decent, but her character was pretty damn stupid.
I don't think her character was stupid. I think her character was smart. It just proves how stupid Caitlin is.
No. Her character was intelligent. The actual character had intelligence. I'm saying
the split personality part?
That the character in the show, putting the character in the show was stupid. It was stupid to have her on there. There we go. If they had built her up, maybe made her over like a few episodes, and had those episodes be to where Barry like gets faster and faster every single episode, that could have been awesome. But bringing a speedster in for literally just one episode kind of pissed me off a little.
Oh, poor Trajectory.
Yeah. And what's with those freaking cornrows? Or dreads, or whatever the fuck they were.
It was part of her costume. She was trying to conceal her identity.
So what you're telling me is that in her mind, which is very possible, by the way, in her mind, for her to be evil, to look evil, she has to look more black. Isaiah would have some words for that.
Isaiah would probably...
I did not invite him into this chat.
He might have encouraged it.
Isaiah might have encouraged it.
Yeah.
I could see him now, just like actually doing her hair and being like, you know what? We're gonna make you evil. This is what you're gonna do. This is how you're gonna rob that bank.
I mean, if anybody had a useless moment, it was Wally West.
What do you mean a useless moment?
He was useless in the club scene.
He was. He showed up, and then there was nothing.
I mean, he's flirting with Jesse, and Jesse's stupid watch kept going off. So.
Oh, yes! Let's talk about that. Was Jesse's watch going off because of Barry, or was it going off because of Barry at first and because of Wally at second?
That's a good question. Because didn't she kind of pull away from Barry?
Well, no, that's just it. Is that it was going off whenever like Barry was reaching over her.
Uh-huh.
But when they were all standing together, that thing started going off like crazy, and it started going off like crazy when Wally West walked up. I think that he is a metahuman. I think he's a metahuman already. What's that?
And he just doesn't know it yet?
And he just doesn't know it.
It's kind of like what happened with Cisco, where Cisco was a metahuman, but his powers didn't activate yet. He hasn't unlocked them.
If he is a metahuman, I'm going to say he is not a speedster. Oh, yeah. This is wild speculation time. I'm sorry. I know we're not supposed to get there yet. But I think that if he is a metahuman, they're not going to start him out as a speedster. They may start him out as a power leech. And then once he becomes a speedster, it ends up locking him into that power. Basically, I'm totally stealing that from Heroes Reborn.
Could work.
Because one of the characters
I thought you were talking
Reborn was a
Peter
power...
Petrelli.
Huh?
You're talking about the kid, Claire Bennett's son.
Yes. He was a power leech, and then he ended up getting stuck with Hiro Nakamura's powers.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking it might be across the lines of Peter Petrelli's ability, which is more like a sponge, where he's able to absorb the power of anyone he comes into contact with, but then when he's out of contact, a part of that power remains.
No, that's just it, is at some point, and it may not be this season, it may not even be next season, at some point he has to be a speedster.
Okay.
I'm hoping they do it slowly, though. Build towards it, like the season finale, some little particle accelerator explosion happens with the little shit that he was creating.
Or just make it to where you find out he has metahuman genes, but they haven't manifested, and so they go, oh, which means he can take the fucking Velocity 9 and not be killed by it.
Well, isn't it going to become Velocity 10?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That actually makes a whole lot of sense. That's how he gets his powers, is from Velocity 9 or Velocity 10.
Yeah,
I believe Velocity 10 comes into play where it becomes more of a stable formula that it doesn't degenerate cells or kills people.
I don't know. We'll see.
Wiki, you're good at that.
What else do we want to talk about in this episode? Oh, we have Jessie striking out on her own, deciding that she's going to be an independent woman.
Dude, what the hell is up with Opal City? Where the fuck
Independent woman!
I don't know the rest of the words.
Everybody wants to go to Opal City. Where the hell is Opal City?
I don't fucking know. No, I do know where Opal City is. It's in Pokemon.
Oh my god. So we're gonna see a goddamn Pikachu, or a Squirtle, or a Bulbasaur, or a Charmander.
On?
Or
God damn it.
Or Mewtwo.
Or a Mew.
Yes, that's where you get the Dragon Stone. Is in Opal City.
Mother. Fuck, man. This is not goddamn Pokemon.
Barry's got to catch them all. And by all, we mean the bad guys.
Oh, man.
Well, we don't want to talk about
Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all.
Matt,
wait.
I'm going to ask this question with all seriousness. Can't the Flash run on air?
In comic books, yes, to a degree.
Because, I mean, homie fucked up the first time he jumped because he looked down.
Yeah.
If he doesn't look down, he might have made it.
Well, the thing that I don't understand is that why would you even think to be able to run on air, because air does not have enough mass in itself to be able to pull something like that off. It's kind of like that lizard that likes to run on water. You can run on water as long as you run fast enough.
Yes,
If he
and
was
that's
running fast,
but
enough, he should have been able to do it.
and water has a certain degree of mass. However, air does not, and so
yes,
it's
actually, yes, it does. It does have mass. It's obviously very, very low, but it does have mass.
not enough
The
for you to
thing
run on.
is the faster he's going, in theory, the lighter he is. Wait, no,
Okay.
I might have that backwards. No, I do have that backwards. No, his mass would actually increase, which means his weight would increase. So he would be heavier, but no pun intended, the trajectory, yeah. Basically, he'd be launching himself like a cannonball. And that's okay. And in
Like
the comic, he can actually make like little tornadoes at his feet. And when he makes little tornadoes at his feet, that allows him to go up into the air. But that's in the comics, and in the comics, he's super fucking powerful. Much more powerful than we'll ever see in this TV show.
I mean, but they seem to be building certain power levels of him these first 2 seasons.
This would be very, very, very difficult for them to do, not because of budget or story or anything like that. Well, because of story. Because if he ends up being as powerful as he is in the comics, there would literally be no way that he could lose a fight. People would get pissed off if he came anywhere close to losing a fight. The reason being is because in the comics, he can punch at light speed without winding up. He can move from here to here, and it would be light speed by the time it got to there. That's how fast he is, and that's how fast he accelerates now. Which means he can do literally thousands of infinite mass punches being hit by the weight, or sorry, by the mass of a white dwarf star. He could do that thousands of times in a second, which means he can knock Superman on his ass quite easily. Like, the Flash in the comics is that fucking powerful that Superman is nowhere close to a match for him anymore.
I'd like to see this Flash.
Like, Superman can do an infinite mass punch once, and then he has to back up and run and speed up, and then he gets to do it again. The Flash can literally do it thousands of times a second. So by the time Superman's all like, "Hey, I should do," Superman's gone. Superman's dead before he even thinks of what to do.
This is what kind of pissed me off at the end of this episode as well. Next Monday, we're getting the crossover with him and Supergirl.
Yes, and I look forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it as well, but at the end of this episode, instead of him running to that fucking canyon and screaming, he should have kept running and opened up a time travel portal, and then it explains how he got to her Earth 3.
That's not how it's going to work. I think it's going to happen on well, is the crossover just going to be in Supergirl, or is it going to be in both shows?
But right now, it's just Supergirl.
Okay, then I think that the whole purpose of this whole thing is fan service, and we shouldn't even concern ourselves with the science of it.
Then that's stupid, because I think the way when he comes back from Earth 3, we get the fucking them stupid paraghosts that are going to be haunting him in the next episode.
I don't know. So, what else about this episode do we want to talk about?
Well, they talked about their wedding.
Oh God! You know, from the very second that they brought that up, I was like, Matt's gonna have something to say about this hangout.
I thought that was awesome. I actually thought that was awesome because.
And the funny thing about it wasn't even Barry who brought it up. It was Iris.
Yeah, exactly, and that's just it. Is you have these stories where people find out, oh, you're literally destined for each other. Like, literally, I've seen the future, and you two end up together. And someone somewhere goes, fuck that. I'm sorry, I make my own destiny. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Iris isn't doing that. She isn't being bullheaded. She's like, oh, well, I'm probably going to marry Barry. All right, that's good to know. I'm not in a hurry to do it. But at the same time, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
But didn't you say is that if they started dating, you would not want her to just be the girlfriend? You would want her to have.
But she is approaching this. She is approaching this logically. She is approaching this with a good head on her shoulders. She is not going, oh, we're going to be married sometime, so we should probably start dating now. She's not doing that. She's all like, oh, if it's going to happen, then it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do to change it. So I'm just going to live my life, and if we end up together, cool. But that could be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. That could be 12 years from now.
And then when Barry goes, well, I wonder what our Earth 2 counterparts are doing, and she hits him with probably the equivalent of Netflix and chill. We know where this is going.
Yeah. Earth 2's version of Netflix and chill. So, I don't know. So long as she establishes herself as either a strong reporter, or maybe she stops doing that. Maybe she ends up helping run the paper or something. I mean, we need to make her her own character. A character that we don't hate, by the way, because we did hate her for a while there.
But she also did it smart, because like you're saying, she's approaching it in her terms, and then towards the end of the episode, she's kind of flirting with the editor dude.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's not stopping her life to just wait for Barry. So if it happens, it just happens. It's going to be organic. It ain't going to be forced.
And, I mean, that just makes sense, though, because if you are in a situation like this to where people have... I actually just saw this on an episode of The Magicians, a similar situation, where if you live in a world where people have superpowers, and they use those superpowers to do something that you can't do, you can't get mad at them. You shouldn't be mad at them, because of the fact that for them it is a natural thing. And so when you see like someone time traveling and this and this and this is going to happen, it's not Barry's fault that that's what the future says. So you can't get mad at Barry. You can't get mad at the future, because the future is you. Like, it was your decision as well. I mean, there's nothing to get mad at. So the best thing for you is just to fucking get over it.
Yep.
And it happened like in the I just saw this in The Magicians, where one of the magicians tried to read minds, and another person caught him, and he's all like, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's like, "No, you're not, but I don't care. It's no big." Like, when you live in a world with people who read minds, you're gonna get used to it.
Now let's talk about the ending.
What?
Oh, Cisco vibing and seeing Zoom's identity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you wanted to talk about? I thought you wanted to talk about... Oh, wait, no, that was the ending of Supergirl. Never mind. I thought you were going to talk about Silver Banshee, but that was Supergirl.
I haven't watched Supergirl yet.
Oh.
I haven't watched Supergirl yet. Shut the fuck up. I want to watch that later tonight.
It's not actually part of the story. So relax.
I need to watch it because I have to talk about it tomorrow.
It's not actually part of the story. In any case, and not only that, but you fucking spoiled, what was it, Castle for me last week, so you shut the fuck up.
I didn't spoil shit.
Oh, then why did I say thanks for that and leave the hangout?
I don't watch Castle anymore.
Oh, maybe it wasn't Castle. It was something. You ruined something for me. But I didn't really care. I was pissed off for literally 5 seconds, and then I got over it.
But do we think that's Jay, or is that Hunter Zolomon?
I think it's Hunter Zolomon. I don't think it's the same. I mean, obviously, it's not the same one, considering that if it was a Speed Force illusion, why would he keep the Speed Force illusion up in his own world by dropping the body at his feet? Like this. So we know it's not a Speed Force illusion. We know it is two separate people. But
now,
is it Jay from another world? Is it Hunter Zolomon? Is it a twin? We don't know exactly what it is. But I do not think that that person is Zoom. I don't think that any Jay Garrick is Zoom. I think it's only Hunter Zolomon. It's probably the Hunter's Element from Earth 2, and I said that previous, and I'm still standing by it. Or Hunter's Element from Earth 3, since we're now introducing another Earth.
Because that whole reveal, they're all Barry running at the end of the fucking episode to scream out in the open and shit like he lost his best friend.
He's like, I trusted you, and then he starts tearing up his shirt.
I mean, dude, they still haven't learned to put paperweights down on shit.
So, yeah. All right, do we have anything else we want to talk about?
Yeah. Harry's room got hooked up with some TVs.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's going to watch rerun episodes of Arrow.
No, he's watching reruns of Kanye West videos.
Apparently.
He's like, he's like looking at the big screen, just sitting. It's like, and you see Kanye West doing his crazy shtick, going like, "I'm a goddamn genius. I'm the face of a generation," and of course Harrison is just sitting in his chair, back going like this. This is amazing.
All right, I do have a gripe though. I do have a gripe, and it's not necessarily about this episode, but this episode continued it. We have a character that is supposed to be, supposedly, the smartest person in the room. Supposedly, by far, the smartest person in the room. And they had her watching TV and talking about Senator Beyonce. Harrison Wells straight out said that she is the smartest person on Earth 2, and that includes himself. So when she comes over to Earth 1, she should be the smartest person in that room. And she is doing nothing. She is not showing that intelligence in the slightest. She's not contributing to the science. She is not doing calculations. She is watching Beyonce.
She's watching TMZ.
Yeah, exactly. And that upsets me because we have another female character that could be major, that could be really good for this show, and they're just ignoring her. They're not giving her a place. They're giving her they're giving her Iris syndrome, to put it one way.
No, I think they're giving her she's a whiny bitch syndrome because she hears the daddy's little message talk about, I will kill anyone to get you back. Seriously, you're mad at your father for saying shit like that? You should be happy that your father loves you that much and is willing to move heaven and earth to protect you.
Yeah. I mean, they made they made 3 movies about that specifically, and they're all called Taken.
Movies that I have not seen.
Yeah, in the first movie, the guy's daughter was kidnapped, and so he fought to get her back, and he killed a bunch of people to save her.
The reason why
in the second movie, his daughter gets kidnapped, and he kills a bunch of people to save her. And in the third movie, though...
No. The wife was kidnapped in the second one.
Oh, was it the wife? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But wasn't it the daughter again in the third?
Yeah, because the wife got killed by the husband.
It's literally the same movie 3 times in a row.
Yeah, but the reason why I didn't watch the first movie is because the Liam Neeson's daughter got kidnapped by human traffickers, and that stuff makes me cringe every time. I can't watch it.
So
I actually understand that. I ended up reading a Batman novel about human trafficking, and it was Batman of all things, and it was really difficult to read because of the fact that what it did was it put in real facts into the story. And it's just like, oh my goodness, this is awful.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right. So, do we have any wild speculation?
No. Well, I do got one wild speculation, and it's really, really out there.
It's not more wild than what I did, which is I think Wally West is already a metahuman, steals powers, and will eventually get the Flash's powers because of that, either through Velocity 9 or because of the fact that he gets stuck on Speed.
Speed Force Ghosts.
Speed Force Ghosts.
Yes,
that was good.
That's my wild speculation is Speed Force Ghosts.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
But that is next week.
Ooh, it seems like my wild speculation is gonna be fact.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to call him, but Jesus Christ, we just need fucking Cisco to pull out a magic wand and say, I banish you!
All right. This is not Harry Potter. Do we have any other wild speculation?
That we'll get a Harry Potter reference next week.
We'll get a Harry Potter reference. Okay. And if they do a Harry Potter reference, I predict it will be Bogart. There we go. All right, so let's wrap everything up. I want to thank everyone for watching. Check us out at geeksoftheround.com. Social media at Facebook, Google+, and Twitter at Geeks of the Round. Or give us a call at 801-609-4687. That's 801-609-GOTR. Or email us at geeksoftheround@gmail.com. Again, I want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.